Well, good morning. Maybe if I put a filter on my phone as I try to record this video, I won't be so embarrassed to show my face because there's something about my front-facing camera that makes me look like a 90-year-old woman. And although I know I am getting older, I am a little more wrinkly and my pores are a little bigger, I just don't need that. That is so rude. So we're just gonna record with this. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. As you can see, I am still the ringleader of the circus of my life, but I am bound and determined not to let my YouTube channel die because this is my one hobby that I have maintained over the years, also neglected, but I'm just not gonna let this go. You guys cannot get rid of me yet. So although my content may continue to be, well, it might continue to be less than entertaining or less than professional, we're still with it. Hello, baby. So I've completed all of the steps to get ready for weight loss surgery. Hey guys! And now it's just pending insurance. It's been the pending approval for 2 weeks, maybe a little bit longer. With the holidays, I'm just gonna say 2 weeks, and they said it should take around 2 weeks, so I am just like, any day now. I started counseling. That was great because my mind does not want me to be successful. So we're clearing out those mind gutters. Ooh, maybe I can sneak away. Hang on, I'll be right back, guys. She's just in a happy mood. Okay, maybe I'll just do a quick update here. Okay, so I have really struggled to stay on track. This has been the whole surgery prep, but also when I look back at all of the things that I have been doing, I know that they're all things that will help me once I actually have the surgery. And I went and I re-listened to my surgeon's podcast, which honestly, if you struggle with your weight, I just feel like so many of us, we're just given such crap information and we're shamed by our doctors. We're shamed by the world. We're shamed by thin people who honestly do not understand the struggle. All right? People honestly think that it is only about calories in, calories out. Now, granted, I have always said something very, I don't know. It's something that a nutritionist told me, and she didn't say it to be disrespectful, but she said there were no fat people in Auschwitz. So in the concentration camps during World War II, there were no people who were overweight. And I'm like, yeah, it's true. So there's that. But in today's world, the food manufacturers, these are the takeaways for my surgeon's podcast, because you probably aren't going to go listen to it, because who would? But if you do, it's called Brain Over Belly by Dr. Brown. The food manufacturers in the 80s were taken over by people who used to run the tobacco companies. I'm giving you the Reader's Digest version. And obviously their sophistication of understanding marketing and getting people addicted and all of that could not be beat. I'm going to close this door. Hang on just a second. Okay, guys, I just need 5 minutes, okay? I just need 5 minutes. Keep being good, okay? So we're all screwed, and I think it affects some people more than others. But he talks about in his podcast how once the tobacco people took over the food industry, that's when he started to see this extreme sophistication in being able to basically mess with people's central nervous system. It leaves some people more addicted to food. It leaves the brain completely detached from hunger and fullness. The brain completely detached from your own body. I come from a very long line of alcoholics. My parents are not alcoholics, but I come from a very long line. I know that alcoholism is in my blood. I know that those addictive qualities are totally in my bloodline. And although I don't drink and I don't do drugs and I don't smoke, I know that I'm wired to have those tendencies. So after learning about, just so many things in that podcast, it's not like I'm letting myself off the hook, because obviously I've developed like really bad behaviors, especially the binging. And that is why I'm in therapy, because as I think back to like the very first time of binging, like I'm trying to think, like, when was the first time I did that? When did I do that? And the very first memory that I can have is the first time that I realized that I was just eating, and more than my friends was at a time when things were really, really bad at home, and I was at a birthday party, and I was older and also chubbier than all of the girls there, and it was a swimming party, and I was in the 3rd grade, and the mom had made some kind of white bread with like a cheese whiz on it. And I remember just eating like slice after slice, knowing that that was not like appropriate. Oh, guys, I'm busy for just a minute. Okay. Hi. That's my first memory. And then I have another memory of eating glazed donuts after a piano recital that my mom had. So I'm trying to go back, and I'm like, yeah, things were like really, really tense at home. There was a lot of yelling in my house. There was a lot of tension between my parents and their relationship. I didn't have friends. Like, just a lot of really negativity. And then I remember just overeating, like eating for comfort. Like, all these habits have been with me since childhood. So obviously they're not just going to disappear. But then I got a hold of it, and in college, I lost a bunch of weight. We all know this. In fact, so I lost a ton of weight in college, like 70 pounds, all on my own, out of just like sheer determination. And then I remember the day that I stopped eating healthy. It was a day. I remember 2 times binging in college, 2 times, and they were both after experiencing rejection by a guy. But I mean, yeah. Hey, I just need like a couple more minutes, okay, buddy?
Is today the checklist day?
Actually, I can't turn this around. No, today's a checklist day.
Every day's a checklist day now.
I got down to be pretty thin. This is one of my thinner moments. Ow! I just gave myself a paper cut on cardboard.
What? You didn't click it that's weird.
I lost a ton of weight. Okay, but like, here's me in middle school. Can you even see? Probably not. Okay, this is pointless. I'm just trying to get through this. So I lost all this weight, but also I was jogging. I was not eating. I was eating like, of the time, like a super high fiber whole foods diet, like no processed foods, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the point is that I remember these turning points when I like went back to that old self, like the donuts, the binging. Those are some pretty big pivotal moments in my life when like really sad, difficult things happened. And so now I'm trying to move forward and understand and make sure that those behaviors and those habits are in the past. Oh, it brings up just so many feelings of sadness when I even just think about what I was going through during some of those times. And so to be engaging in that behavior, I'm like, why am I doing that now? You know, like, why am I self-harming? Why am I sabotaging myself with food? And I think it's just because life is hard. Like, mom of 3 kids, I feel lonely here. We have very little support. My husband works a lot. I'm big. I have a harder time doing the things that I want to do, plus the energy of my kids. Like, I just feel like I've let myself go, and that is hard to admit. It is hard to admit that I've let myself go. But also, by reintroducing all of those processed foods back into my life after eliminating them, it's like my brain went right back to like difficult times in my childhood. And I think that that's kind of what I'm realizing, is that when I eat those foods, I'm trying to recreate some distant, pleasurable memory. And life was very chaotic as a kid. And there was a lot of things that were hard. So when I'd eat those foods, it was like the only time that I was feeling good and happy. And really like happy memories. And so I think sometimes when I just get wrapped up in the stress of life, I know psychologically I'm trying to recreate some memory. And I'm really excited for this surgery because I know if you listen to his podcast, it'll make more sense. All of those nerves that are going to be severed and stapled, I'm really hoping for a second chance. And that between therapy and the surgery, that like I can just have a fresh start and be the person that I want to be for the rest of my life. Kill those connections with those foods. Kill, those memories, those tastes, those cravings. That's what I'm depending on. And that's a lot of what my surgeon talks about, is that the mechanism of having that surgery is such an important part in coming full circle with all of the damage that's been done to the central nervous system through food, through behavior, all of that. And it doesn't just happen from the surgery. He has a whole protocol, chewing 20 to 40 times, counting while you chew. See these little timers? I'm supposed to wait 1 minute in between each bite. Obviously, avoiding processed foods like the plague, like they're poison. Right now, my brain still wants those foods. They still taste good. They still give me that high. But I'm confident that after the surgery, that will be different. And I'm hoping for that. Everything that I'm going to do will lead me towards having that experience. So this is a little timer. In between each bite, I'm supposed to wait a minute, and I got tired of counting on my phone, so I have these all over my house. It's gonna be good. All right, that's all I'm gonna say for now, because this is now a 15-minute video. It's gonna be really good. I have a lot of work ahead of me. I have a lot of exciting things coming up, a lot of difficult things coming up, but I know that this is the next step in me doing something for myself and kind of getting my life back and kind of having a second chance, because I've spent the last decade hating my body, not hating myself, but being really feeling like a prisoner in my own body and in my own mind and in my own habits. And I'm confident that all the work that I'm doing is going to get me to a better place. So love you guys all so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.